am entirely fed up with what's going on in front of my very eyes on a daily basis. And specifically, I'm referencing baseball, Major League Baseball. A lot of the teams, a lot of the players, a lot of the nuances that have unfolded in front of our very eyes in the 2023 Major League Baseball season. As you can tell very clearly and very abundantly based on right this second, as well as all the other pieces of content I put out, all the other videos, all the other reactions, all the other breakdowns, the background when I record these videos that I've taken the time and made sure is visible and clear to see as anything else you'll come across in my content and my videos is the San Diego Padres fan foam decorative piece behind me. I'm a diehard Padres fan, born and raised in San Diego. I've watched as many Padres games as I would imagine almost anybody outside of people in the organization in the last decade. The Padres haven't been a good team for a long time. In the last couple of years, they've gotten a lot better. They've acquired a lot of really good players. They've played a really high caliber baseball. Going back to 2019, they call up Fernando Tatis Jr., they signed Manny Machado, they got Eric Hosmer. All this stuff starts to indicate the team is heading in the right direction, and they have. 2020, COVID happened, the Padres got to the playoffs. That whole season's a wash for me. 2021, the Padres were loaded, absolutely loaded, and looking to make a humongous splash in the sport of baseball. And they did, to a degree. Then the All-Star break came around. Then the trade deadline came around. The Dodgers traded for Trey Turner and Max Scherzer. When it was reported Scherzer was about to go to the Padres, the Padres organization fell apart at the seams, and they missed the postseason in 2021, when at one point they had a 98.4% chance to make the postseason, according to Fangraphs. Fast forward to last year, 2021, the Padres played good enough baseball to get into the postseason. They played the Mets in the wild card round. They beat them 2 out of 3. They played the Dodgers in the National League Division Series. They beat them 3 out of 4. Monumental victory for this team. Fast forward, they lose to the Phillies, by the way, as everybody knows. It's common knowledge they lose to the Phillies in the NLCS. Fast forward to this year. We got the same team as last year. We were down to the Final Four, if you will, in Major League Baseball. And we added Xander Bogaerts. And essentially, we added Fernando Tatis Jr. Some would argue those two guys by themselves, at certain points in their career, were top 5, top 10 players in the entire sport. Then you still have Manny Machado, All-Star, Gold Glover, MVP finalist, Jake Cronenworth, All-Star, Yu Darvish, All-Star, Blake Snell won a Cy Young, Joe Musgrove, All-Star, Josh Hader, National League Reliever of the Year, like a million. I mean, the list could go on. The team is absolutely just stacked, just absolutely loaded. The Padres' payroll coming into this season put them down as the number 3 highest payroll in Major League Baseball, behind the Mets and the Yankees. And yet, we sit here on the calendar and we take a look at the standings. On May 14th, 2023, May 14th, 2023, the Padres are 19 and 22. They've played 41 games, and they're 3 games under 500. They're on a 5-game losing streak. They've lost 7 of their last 10 and also 7 of their last 8. They're 3-7 in their last 10, having lost 7 of their last 8. And they continue to repeatedly, over and over and over, underperform on the offensive side of the ball. And I mentioned all the other names that would be featured in a day-to-day lineup for the Padres, going through the top 5, let's just say, in any particular order. Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, who I apparently just neglected to mention earlier when I referenced their run through the postseason last year. They acquired Juan Soto. Again, many would argue at certain points in his career was a top 3 player in the entire sport. Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Jake Cronenworth. Then you had add in guys like Nelson Cruz, veteran presence and veteran leadership. Matt Carpenter, veteran presence and veteran leadership. Defensive wizardry from Ha-Sung Kim. Trent Grisham, who at one point was one of the highest rated prospects in the Milwaukee Brewers system, who we acquired in a trade with the Milwaukee Brewers. And the main fundamental point is, I mentioned previously, 19 and 22 as their record. Statistically speaking, in regards to batting average, as we will head straight over to our browser. Statistically speaking, the San Diego Padres, in reference to runners in scoring position, RISP, as it is known in the sport of baseball, runners in scoring position. I've sorted them out based on batting average, a team's just batting average with runners in scoring position. And before everybody freaks out, batting average means nothing. It's a stupid stat. It doesn't, whatever. It's arbitrary. It's not arbitrary, first of all. The value of a batting average, yes, I recognize isn't maybe as high as some of the other statistics, but it's relevant in terms of runners in scoring position because that means there's a guy in scoring position at second base or third base, and your batting average, the percentage of the time you get a base hit, would indicate that the fact that you're driving runs in, runs are scoring for your team, or on the flip side, if you're not, that runs are not scoring. So we've referenced, let's see, all the offensive talent on the team, all the guys you could talk about. Number 3 in payroll in Major League Baseball behind the Mets and the Yankees. They're paying their team $250 million. It's the highest payroll in the history of the franchise. And we go down this list and rank them based on batting average. I have scrolled down here on this page, as you can see right now, and there's 28 teams featured here. And I see the Padres listed at 16th in batting average. Oh, I'm sorry. That was last year. And that's relevant because last year, the Padres, with their batting average last year in 2022, had them listed at 16th, 254. Now, again, they didn't have Xander Bogaerts. They only had Juan Soto for about 2 months, and they didn't have Fernando Tatis Jr. So you'd think, going off of base the 16th, adding those 3 types of guys for full season worth, or at least in the case of this year, 40-plus games, full season in the lineup, healthy, ready to go. Yes, Tatis missed 20. Okay. Regardless, 16th in the league in batting average in 2022. 2023. 2023 Major League Baseball team splits with runners in scoring position. Here we are again. We click on batting average and we sort it down the list. There's 28 teams in this page right now. 2 more are underneath and non-visible. I don't see the Padres. I see teams like the Nationals, the Reds, Cleveland Guardians, the Miami Marlins, the Kansas City Royals, the Detroit Tigers, and we'll scroll down. In 29th is the Oakland A's, and in 30th in the league, in Major League Baseball, batting average with runners in scoring position, in dead last is the San Diego Padres at 203. Okay, batting average doesn't mean anything. It's a stupid stat. It shouldn't be held any weight to it. It's arbitrary. It's random. It could be whatever. Let's sort it by OPS. A lot of people like OPS. I like OPS. On base plus slugging indicates not just how good you are at getting, maybe let's say in the sense of batting average, base hits is batting average. What about OPS? The amount of times, let's just say you get on base. Maybe you're drawing walks with guys in scoring position. Maybe you're slugging a lot, but you're not, whatever you could argue. We'll go through OPS. And in 29th in the league, OPS with runners in scoring position is the San Diego Padres. Unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It cannot happen. It should not happen. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to watch. It's embarrassing to see. It's embarrassing to be a part of. as a fan of the organization, knowing the talent and the capabilities that we have. We go over to the standings. There's the Padres at 19 and 22. And we go over to the MLB hitting stats for this season in 2023. Runs scored. You got teams like Tampa Bay, Texas, Boston, the Dodgers, the Braves in 7th, the Yankees at 10th. And, who's that? All the way down here in 25th in runs scored. It's the San Diego Padres. The Padres. The teams under the Padres, Oakland, the Nationals, the Guardians, the Marlins, and the Tigers. I'm not sure you could add up all 5 of those payrolls and get up to where the Padres payroll is. It's embarrassing, and it's extremely alarming. Extremely alarming. And I have a couple examples to show you guys because I think it's hard, again, it's hard to quantify a lot of the issues that these teams are going through, right? How do you quantify grit? How do you quantify battling? How do you quantify fighting during an at-bat? You can't. Maybe you can look at stats like pitches seen per at-bat, on-base percentage, chase rate. Like that kind of stuff, would probably give you a decent indication. It's hard to quantify or find someone that quantifies chase rate with runners in scoring position. So instead of just looking at the stats, instead of looking at all that stuff, why don't we break down the game footage itself? Because this is a perfect example of how the entire season for the San Diego Padres has gone as a whole. This is a perfect example. Perfect. There's actually 2 or 3 examples I could show you guys. This video and this example is from Friday, May 12th, against the Los Angeles Dodgers. As you can see, it is the bottom of the 8th. The Padres are down by 2. Completely forgetting and disregarding the fact that the Padres were down 2-0. Ha-Seong Kim hit a 2-run double to tie the game, and Tim Hill for the Padres out of the bullpen came out and gave up back-to-back home runs to immediately give the Dodgers the lead. We'll take a look through here in this at-bat, this sequence in the top of the 8th, in a situation where you're looking at Nelson Cruz pinch hitting off the bench in the 9 spot. And if he were to get on base, the Padres offensively are probably set up pretty darn good, at least on paper. When you got Tatis, Soto, Machado due up next. So let's go through this at-bat here. And let's go through this whole sequence. So here's Nelson Cruz on a 2-2 pitch against Caleb Ferguson. As we slide this camera over, line drive to center field. That's a base hit for Nelson Cruz. Okay? Beautiful. Lovely. Love it. Line drive up the middle. Here's Fernando Tatis. Takes the first pitch ball, works it to 1-1, works it to 2-2. 2-2 to Fernando Tatis Jr. with a runner on first. Rocket through the right side. That ball gets all the way to the right field or center fielder. Nelson Cruz rounds second, and he gets the third. OMG. OMG. Are you kidding me? Gosh, man. We just gave up the 2 runs to give the Dodgers the 2-run lead. And now here we are with first and third, nobody out. And I previously misspoke in referencing that it would be Tatis, Soto, Machado, because it's not Juan Soto, it's Jake Cronenworth. We're going through the sequencing here. As a hitter, as an offense, when you are faced with this situation, and let's just say, for argument's sake, the pitching coach comes out to the mound to talk to Caleb Ferguson. Pitching coach comes out, and in a lot of cases, the main message is usually just, hey, try to limit the damage, right? You got a guy in third. You got no outs. I think in an ideal world, what we should try our best to do is execute some pitches, try to get a double play, and, if a run scores, but then we'd be clear with the bases and have 2 outs to work with at that point. In an ideal, absolute dream scenario, we get 3 strikeouts. Now, that's super unlikely, considering the offensive talent that's due out for the Padres. But here's Jake Cronenworth. and we're going to go pitch by pitch through this at bat. And I'll tell you, at least as a casual, what kind of pitch sequencing I would be expecting. So it's left on left. Initially, knowing who Jake Cronenworth is as a batter, knowing the sequencing of pitches and the type of pitcher Caleb Ferguson is, with a fastball, with a good breaking ball down and away, I'd be working soft down and away, and I'd be working hard in. Those are the only two areas, if I'm Jake Cronenworth, that I would be looking. If it's hard up, if it's soft down, I would do everything I possibly can to foul it off, especially when we get to 2 strikes. So here's Caleb Ferguson against Jake Cronenworth. First pitch, strike 1. Cronenworth doesn't like the call. I could understand where he's got a bit of a gripe. Problem is, who cares? Move on. Be ready to go. Now we're at an 0-1 count. Cronenworth, Ferguson, first and third. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's the fastball, up and in, and he's tardy. Now we're down 0-2. Looks like he wasn't really ready to go there. Here's the 0-2 from Caleb Ferguson, the third pitch of the at-bat after back-to-back fastballs. I'm sitting soft down and away, or I'm sitting hard up and in. What does he go to? Hard, up and away. Recognition by Jake Cronenworth. That ball's up, it's out. I saw it straight, I saw it flat, I saw it out. I'm going to leave it. The 1-2 pitch. Maybe he tried to go away with it. Maybe he didn't. The fact is, he went inside. And I'll tell you straight away, hitting is impossible. It's really hard. It's a lot harder when you're tardy, when you're not ready to go. When your hands, your body, your approach dictates and basically eliminates the ability for you to get to certain pitches. And like I said, in this situation, I'm looking soft down and away, maybe hard up and in. And it looks like Will Smith is set up down and away. Regardless, this pitch ends up and in. Cronenworth is just beat to the spot. He's beat to the spot. He's unprepared. He's not ready to go. Velo is hard to hit. Hitting is impossible. 97 miles an hour up and in, perfectly located essentially. Whether he was trying to go there or not, he missed it. He was late. He was tardy. He didn't really fight that hard. He didn't really maybe, take a half step off the plate, 6 inches off the plate to protect the inside corner, make sure he can get to something. He just swings and misses. He just strikes out. Now there's 1 out. Oh, here comes Dave Roberts. Here comes the pitching change. Perfect. So out of the bullpen comes Evan Phillips. Evan Phillips for the Dodgers. Excellent reliever. What does he throw, Manny? Great question, Ryan. He throws a 4-seam fastball. It's got pretty good spin rate. Ball kind of rides a little bit. He's got a cutter, a little slider, a little changeup, splitter, breaking balls down and away, fastballs in. If I was Manny Machado, I would think breaking balls down and away, and I would think fastballs in. If he doesn't get to the fastball, if I'm Evan Phillips, he'll probably swing and miss. He might get jammed. And my sincerest hope coming into a situation where it's first and third, no outs, your only job as a pitcher and your best case scenario is to get a double play. That's your best case scenario. Need a ground ball. You get a ground ball to the infielders, roll up a double play, 3 outs, no runs score. If that's the approach as a hitter, my approach would be taking any and everything that I'm getting from the opposition on the mound, breaking balls down and away, fastballs up and in. If it's a breaking ball down and away, staying through the baseball, staying connected, keeping my back shoulder engaged, back hip engaged, making sure that I catch it and try to drive it to the opposite side of the field. What I don't want to do is take something that's slower, non-fastball, breaking ball off speed pitch and be a little bit out in front of it. Be a little bit jumpy. Because then when I do that, more than likely, I'm probably going to just roll it over. But let's see what happens.
Machado
surely Manny Machado knows all this.
At first
surely.
and third.
Here's the first pitch to Machado. Breaking ball. He tried to go down here. It leaked up and away. Machado was able to lay off. Good take.
Is he going to go 5 outs here? I don't know.
Good take by Machado. Machado's able to work the count into a beautiful spot. It's 1-0. And 1-0 counts. I don't know. Typically, I would say in most cases, you went up to any hitter, any major league hitter, what are you looking for? First thing they'd say, oh, fastball, probably. See what he throws him here. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Machado. It's a fastball, and it's right down the middle. He missed it. Why did he miss it, Ryan? Because he's not ready to hit. Maybe he's just late. Maybe he just missed one. No, but that's been happening all season long. This pitch is right down the middle. It's a 4-seam fastball. It's a 1-0 count. You make $600 million a minute, and you got a fastball in a 1-0 count right down the middle. And you missed it. You just fouled it off. Okay. All right. That's fine. He missed it. He missed the pitch. Okay. We know what, and it's baseball, guys. That's why we do what we do. We got to bounce back. This is it right here. Bounce back. Just missed the fastball, and he leaked the middle with it. So I'm a hitter. He missed his spot terribly. I think, back to the situational awareness of it being first and third with 1 out, I would think he still wants me to get a ground ball to one of his infielders. I'd probably be sitting on an off-speed pitch. Probably outside part of the plate because I want him as a hitter to be out in front. I want him to roll the ball over and hit into a double play. So let's see what happens. And the 1-1 pitch. Slider away. There's the slider. Machado just got a fastball. So he saw that. He saw the breaking ball. He knows what this guy throws. Smith sets up away. And wouldn't you fucking guess, it's a breaking ball on the outer third. Machado, front hip, gone. Front shoulder, gone. Barrel, gone. Guess what the outcome is? A one-handed, 85% effort swing for Machado. Oh, it's right to the shortstop. It's right to the shortstop. 6, 4, 3. He's out by 7 steps. You're out at second. You're out at first. Oh, the runner on third? Yeah, no, you definitely didn't score because that's 3 outs and the inning is over. To have first and third and no outs and to go strikeout, ground into double play with your 2-hole and your 3-hole. It happens. Sometimes. But for the Padres, it happens every time. It happens every time. 30th in the major leagues with batting average with runners in scoring position. 25th in Major League Baseball. OPS with runners in scoring position. We're paying our team the entire GDP of North and South Korea combined. We have 5 players that some would argue at one point or another should have been an MVP. Oh, but we can't get hits when there's a guy in scoring position. Why? Let's take a look at another example here as we close out of this Friday game here. Here's our another just unbelievable example. This is the game page from the game today, Sunday, May 14th. The Padres at this point in this game today had lost the first two of the series. They had lost four in a row. They haven't been playing good baseball. They haven't been scoring. The runners in scoring position production is out in the open. Everybody knows it's horrible. And yet, what we're able to do as a team, or at least in the case of Fernando Tatis Jr., is to come up to the plate and find his way on second base. So we go through the game today. Fernando Tatis Jr. comes up and he leads off with a double, a ground rule double, in fact. 0-1 count, pink sleeves, pink bat, Tony Gonsolin, hanging breaking ball over the middle of the plate. Tatis maybe a little bit out in front, but he's connected. He's on it, and he ropes it to left field. That ball hops over the wall. Perfect. Perfect. Leadoff double. We got Juan Soto and Manny Machado due up next. Oh my God, and Xander Bogaerts. Are you kidding me? How many runs are we going to score? How many runs are we going to score? It's got we're about to blow this thing open in the first inning. Are you kidding me? Here's Manny Machado. Oh, Machado's going with the chicken leg pants. Manny, I would recommend against that moving forward. Okay. Here's the. Oh, it's the first pitch of the at bat. Oh, okay. First pitch. Got it. So we know Gonsolin as a pitcher, by the way, regardless, right? Fastball, splitter, breaking ball, slider, breaking ball. If I'm Machado here, I'm thinking ball in play. I think worst case possibly that I could live with is just hitting the ball to the right side. Ground ball to second base. Fuck, that's perfect. Moves him over, pass ball, stack fly, ground ball, would get the guy in the next at bat. So let's work the other way, Manny. Let's stay connected. Let's keep our back hip engaged. Let's keep that top hand dominant. And let's think the other way. Even if it's a fastball. If it's a fastball, perfect. Let it travel, hit it the other way. If it's a breaking ball, outer third, he's begging me to hit a ground ball to second base. Here's the first pitch. Oh, there's the breaking ball.
Ground ball left side.
Oh, it's a ground ball to shortstop. So now Tatis has to stand there with a thumb straight up his ass because he can't go anywhere. Rojas fields it, throws it to first. Machado's already breaking it down. I mean, he's already breaking it down. He's not going to be safe, right? Why would he go hard through the bag and force a pressure, bad throw? Out at first. Now we have one out. Basically, Machado just struck out on one pitch. That's what that is. He just struck out on one pitch. Here comes Juan Soto. Oh, Juan Soto, the guy who was like second at MVP not long ago, and we traded 17 prospects for him. Yeah, oh no, that's the same guy. First pitch, breaking ball down. Love that take. Lay off. You see spin first pitch. Typically, you lay off. Manny? Anyways, 1-0 count to Juan Soto. If I'm Juan Soto here, I'm thinking probably working the other way, but maybe if I pull something, I don't know, it's not the end of the world, but ideally I like to drive something here. Pickoff play, don't care. Here's the 1-0 to Juan Soto. Breaking ball. Weird pitch. Kind of a weird sequence there, but hey, he throws a first strike. Soto right there on that 1-0 was taking all the way. He was never going to swing at that pitch. Has had that a lot this year from Soto. Now we're 1-1. Apparently Soto's comfortable enough and he's ready to go. He's ready to hit. He saw a couple breaking balls. Hasn't seen a fastball yet, but he's going to time it. Oh, there's the Tony Gonsolin splitter that he throws 40% of the time. Soto check swing because he's not prepared for it. He didn't know it was going to come. He doesn't know the tendencies of how many times Tony Gonsolin's thrown that pitch in a 1-1 count against a left-handed batter. He has no idea. He hasn't looked that up. Why would he know that? It's not like he's a professional. Didn't go. Perfect. 2-1. Love it. Absolutely love it. I love that. I mean, you work a 2-1 count. You've seen 3 off-speed pitches in a row. None of them have been doable, like damage pitches. First one was a ball. Second one was a strike right on the corner. That one was a ball. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Juan Soto. Oh, it's a fastball. Oh, it's right down the middle. Oh, okay. Right down the middle. Perfect. So he hit this ball into the bleachers then. Oh, that's right. Because again, nobody on the Padres hitting coaching staff, analytics team, analytics department, although Juan Soto has been going really well as of recently, it may be a little bit fluky. He may have found something. He may be a little bit more connected as of recently between his hands and his stride. Regardless, he comes in with a 2-1 fastball right down the middle. Soto's just not ready for it. He's just not really ready for it. Fouls it off. Flies open, swings like he needs to hit that ball 3,000 feet. Otherwise, his goldfish is going to die at home. Look at this. Since April 27th, 14 games, he's smashing the ball. On base is high. Hits are out of the moon. Extra base hits. He's slugging out of his mind. He's getting base hits. It's beautiful. You would think, man alive, this guy cannot wait to take a hack right now. This guy can't wait to hit. I can't wait to watch him hit because he's so locked in at the plate. Change up, he's out in front. Splitter, he's out in front. You know what? Nothing to say there. Good fight, good battle. Gonna go back to it? I don't know. I was pretty far in front. Then again, he threw me a fastball. Didn't have the great command. Threw it right down the middle, and I missed it. I'd probably be sitting some sort of breaking ball or off-speed pitch. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Soto. Breaking ball. Great take. Soto shuffle. Now we're full. Now one. It is damage. If you draw a walk like you always do on Soto, that's okay. But I don't want that. I don't pay you to do that. We didn't trade for you to do that. We traded for you to swing and to do damage. That's the ideal scenario. Ball 4. Blue calls it strike 3. It's a ball. It's not a strike. But regardless, some would argue it's probably too close to take with 2. It's a ball. It's a ball. But he strikes out looking. So now we've got a leadoff double. We had a 1-pitch strikeout. We had a 6-pitch strikeout. And we are now to 2 outs with the runner on second base. Soto, I understand. I can understand your frustrations. It's a little bit annoying, right? A little bit frustrating. Here comes Xander Bogaerts. Oh, we gave him an $11 million or 11-year contract for $445 quintillion. This guy, surely he's going to get a hit. Surely. Oh. It's a little bit in. Fastball. But also, it's right down the middle. And he's not ready to hit. He's just not ready. No one's telling him what pitches are going to be coming in certain tendency counts. He hasn't watched probably a ton of film. He doesn't know like chase rate. 0-1 pitch. Splitter. On the corner. Really good pitch, but also that's 2. 1-2 count. Tatis steals third on the 0-2 pitch. It's a running start. Lovely. Beautiful. 1-2. Breaking ball. Outer third. Fouls it off. Looks like he might have been on it. Decent approach there. Here's the 1-2 to Bogaerts. Please put the ball in play. Please put the ball in play. Please put the ball in play. Tatis hits a leadoff double. And we have Manny Machado, Juan Soto, Xander Bogaerts. And we go first pitch ground ball to shortstop. Strikeout looking and strikeout swinging. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? But weren't they like really bad coming into the game with runners in scoring position? 30th in the league in batting average with runners in scoring position. Oh, yeah, that's right. They were. Cool. So then what was their OPS ranked out of 30 teams with runners in scoring position? 25th. Okay, cool. So then, situationally speaking, when the first batter of the inning hits a dub or gets to second base, regardless, as a hitter, as an offense, you'd like to hit a ball to the outfield in some capacity, right? At some point. In fact, in a lot of cases, you don't even have to. You can hit a ground ball to second to move him over to third, and another ground ball to second, and he scores. And we pay Manny Machado average per year, $30 million a year. He grounds out on the first pitch he sees. We pay Juan Soto $30 million a year. He strikes out looking. Yeah, it was a ball, but he left it in the umpire's hands. I get it, but he left it in the umpire's hands. And then we pay Xander Bogaerts $22 million a year, and he strikes out. Here's the third inning. Oh my God. No way. No way there's already another guy on second base with no outs. All right. Well, they're not going to blow this twice. I mean, come on. Brett Sullivan, 29-year-old rookie catcher for the San Diego Padres. Guy wouldn't start on my slow pitch team, but here he is. 0-1 count. All right. Hold on. Tony Gonsolin, this guy's an all-star? Oh, yeah, he's an all-star. Brett Sullivan's a 29-year-old rookie catcher hitting 185. Well, last time we had these guys, the superstar players up, we couldn't get them over. Oh, my God. We could bunt. Oh, my goodness. We could bunt. Oh, my God. That's perfect. Left-handed batting catcher at the plate. All he's got to do is pull a bunt to the right side. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Wait, hold on. It's 1-2. Wait, so he's not bunting? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so he strikes out. Okay. Okay, well, they just wanted him to strike out because then they wanted Fernando Tatis Jr. to come up. Yeah, that makes sense. Tatis hit a double in his last at bat. Gonsolin works him to a 3-0, 3-1 count. Walks him. Why? Why? Because Fernando Tatis Jr. wants to do damage when he comes to the plate. Regardless how prepared he is, he at least swings hard enough and is connected enough and athletic enough to hit the ball hard. Here's Manny Machado. What'd you pay this guy? $30 million a year. Here's strike one. He hates it. He's upset, right? It's the umpire's fault that he's not hitting well. 0-1. Another fastball. Inner third, which is, by the way, you're allowed to throw pitches there. You are more than allowed to throw pitches on the inner third of the plate. And he throws one. Fastball, it's 93. Right? I mean, again, hitting's impossible. I could never do it. I could never, ever do it. I can't. I haven't. I won't. I shouldn't. But I don't get paid $30 million a year. This guy does. He gets a fastball in. Oh, he's late on 93, and it's an infield fly. Got two. Guys, don't worry. You just saw the graphic about how hot this guy is. Come on, give me a break. Soto? That's going to hit this ball to the moon. Ball 1. Ball 2. 2-0. Oh, my God. Here it comes, man. The four seam down the middle. Here it comes. Breaking ball. Good take. 3-0. Well, knowing Soto, it's a taking all the way. No chance he swings at the pitch. No chance. 3-0. There's no way.
Soto swinging 3-0.
He swung at a fastball, out over the plate. Not ready for it. Oh, man. He's not ready for it. Fouls it off. 3-1. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Here comes another heater. That's not a strike. That's not a strike. That's a ball. And it's above the zone. The other one was a strike, and he swung and missed, or swung and fouled it off. That's a ball, and he swings at it, hits it high in the air. It's not on time, above the zone. He's guessing. Routine fly out to center. Rookie superstar outfielder James Outman for the Dodgers, who is going to continue to just torch the Padres for the next 2 decades. He makes the catch. Padres don't score. The way the Padres are going about and conducting their business on a day in and day out basis, it is unacceptable. As we head over to Twitter to recap some of the things that had gone on so far. Here's a quote from Manny Machado after the Padres lost their 3rd game in a row to the Dodgers, 5th game in a row overall, 7th game out of the last 8, and dropped to 3 games under 500 and sit dead last in batting average, runner scoring position. He says, "I think we're doing everything we can out there, and shit's just not going our way. It's all right. Keep her head up. Come out tomorrow. We might lose tomorrow. We might not. Who knows? But go out there and perform." It's definitely nothing to do with the fact that the organizational approach at the plate is completely flawed and makes no sense. Definitely nothing to do with the fact that every time any of these guys gets into a situational at bat and the pitcher goes after a specific outcome, that the players and hitters don't exactly play into whatever the pitcher's trying to get done. Whether it's a ground ball, whether it's a strikeout, regardless. It's not like these guys have continued to do this exact same thing the entire year. No, none of that. We got to come out tomorrow. We got to play hard. Or, what about this? Here's a video that was captured during the Padres broadcast today. Here's a video. Fernando Tatis Jr. on your upper left. This is Juan Soto. And this hat on the far left of the screen is Rougned Odor. Oh, and let me move my camera real quick. To recap, in this video, in the midst of the top of the 9th, as the Padres trail 4-0, are 30th in the league with batting average runners scoring position, 25th in the league in OPS with runners in scoring position. In the midst of about to lose their 5th game in a row and drop to 3 games under 500 while sitting as the number 3 payroll team in Major League Baseball, the cameras capture the group collective unit of star players, maybe minus Rougned Odor, but 4 players at the end of the dugout for the Padres in a 4-0 game, down 4, top of the 9th, about to lose. Game's over. Rougned Odor's laughing. Fernando Tatis Jr.'s laughing. Juan Soto's laughing. And Manny Machado's laughing. Because it's funny. It's funny to lose. So not only are they not performing well, not only do they continue to not perform well, but it almost looks like, some would argue, based on the video that we just watched, based on the reaction of the players while they're playing and not performing well, that they don't really seem to care. You be the judge of that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it along with you guys. The Padres have a really, really bad, ugly mess on their hands. And it hasn't gotten any better. It will not get any better until things fundamentally change and people and players start to be held accountable at the highest possible level. Because otherwise, things will continue to happen. They'll continue to go out and go through the motions. They'll continue to have bad approaches. They'll continue to be unprepared. They'll continue to lack the analytical support that they need to get out of the offensive rut that they're currently in. And we'll just sit here, and I'll make another video like this at the end of September, talking, ranting, freaking out about how, oh my God, the Padres missed the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Went on a little bit long, but I enjoy making these kinds of videos here, and hopefully you guys did too. So be sure to slap a like if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this whole Padres situation. And otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.